in the second segment of part 7 of thermodynamics, we are going to discuss the remaining part of first segment. That means part 7 first segment. We are going to discuss about the calculation of Q, W, delta U, delta E, delta U or delta E and delta H for ideal gas, irreversible process, adiabatic change and isothermal change and free expansion. I have maintaining the same sequence 2 and 3 because it is a continuation of first segment of part 7. So I have maintaining the same sequence. In the last segment I have discussed the first one, that is for ideal gas reversible process. So now we are going to discuss about irreversible one. Now in case of irreversible process, the first thing we have to remember the irreversible process change. That means earlier we have discussed in case of reversible change, that was the very slow process, but in the irreversible process it is not a slow process. Now it is a sudden change, we can say. So in case of adiabatic change, so again the same thing, no exchange of heat, that means Q will be 0. It will be identical with the reversible one. But mind that in case of W, we are going to find out the W value in different manner. P external pressure and V2 minus V1. Now mind that I have not written dV here. Earlier in case of reversible one, I wrote P dV. dV means small change, because as I told, in case of reversible process very small change is happened. That means reversible process is done very slowly and very infinite number of steps are there. But because it is a sudden change, that's why I have used the final volume and initial volume. So here W can be calculated by this manner. So here W can be written as a P2, that means external pressure value, and it can be written as nRT2 by P2 minus nRT1 by P1. Now from where I have written here, it's very simple. From ideal gas equation we can write, just remember, PV equal to nRT. Now P for pressure, V for volume, N for number of mole, R for gas constant, we all know ideal gas constant, T for temperature. So in case of V2, obviously it will be 2, and it will be 2. And in case of 1, it will be 1, it will be 1, it will be 1. So obviously by replacing V2, I can write down this this one, nRT1 T2 by P2, nRT1 by P1. Mind that N and number of mole and R means gas constant, that remains constant. It is not it cannot be changed. So that's why it remains same. No 1, no 2 is given. But in case of temperature and pressure, it has been changed for particular volume. So that's why I have written 1 and 2 over here. So W, it is the value of the W. So it can be written as nRT1 is liberated from here. It will be T2 by T1 minus P2 by P1. So we can write down by this manner, simple mathematical operation I have done. nRT1 has been liberated, so obviously it will be T2 by T1, as well as P2 has been entered, so P2 cancel out, here P2 by P1. So very simple mathematical operation it is. So ultimately we have got the relation, we have got the value of W here over here. Now from first law of thermodynamics, we can write what? dE equal to minus dW or W, whatever. So change it when q equal to 0 over here. So here from here we can write delta E equal to nRT1 minus sign will be there, T2 by T1 minus P2 by P1, or we can write delta E equal to nRT1 if we insert the minus value over here, so P2 by P1 minus T2 by T1. So ultimately this will be delta E value, or delta E value can be calculated by earlier I have written delta equal to CV dt, here CV T2 minus T1. So we can write down this way also. It is also we can write over here, as well as delta H equal to Cp T2 minus T1. This is the delta H value, and earlier I have mentioned Q equal to 0. So this is Q, W, delta E and delta H. We have calculated the values. Next, moving to the isothermal change. In case of isothermal change, now in case of isothermal change, what will be the effect over here? In case of isothermal change, obviously W will be P2 V2 minus V1, that is a certain change it is. So P2 will be nRT by P2 minus nRT by P1. Now again same thing, which formula I have used, nRT PV equal to nRT formula I have used over here. But one more thing we have to notice over here, earlier in case of adiabatic change I have mentioned nRT2 by P2 and nRT1 by P1, but here nRT by P2 and nRT by P1, no T2 and T1 I have given. Why I have done so? Because it is very much easy to understand isothermal change, that means temperature is constant, no change is there. So let we consider that is T. That means it cannot be T2 T1, that means no changes there in temperature, so that's we remain it constant. So ultimately it will be nRT. nRT is a common factor, P2 has been entered. If P2 has been entered, so what will be the effect over here? Very simple mathematical operation it is. If P2 is equal, it will be 1 and it will be P2 by P1. Simple mathematical operation it is. So ultimately we are getting this value of W. So this is the value of W. Now, and as we all know that in case of delta E equal to CV delta T and delta T equal to 0, so obviously delta E will be 0, because delta if 0 is put over here, so it ultimately the value becomes 0. And delta H equal to Cp delta T, again same thing, delta T equal to Cp into 0, so delta H becomes 0. So it is also the value. Now remaining part is Q. As the from first law Q equal to W, so that means it will be the value of Q also. So ultimately Q, W, delta E and delta H we have calculated for isothermal change. But mind that these are the irreversible change. Now for the free expansion. Third one, free expansion. Now in case of free expansion, mind that free expansion means what? That means here external pressure, that means external pressure will be zero. Whenever a gas is allowed to expand freely without giving any pressure from external side, that means P external is zero. That is called free expansion. And whenever P extension external pressure is zero, so W becomes zero. Why? It is P external into delta V, and it will be zero because zero into the whatever the volume, that means ultimate work done will become zero. And if work done is, and it is isothermal also because temperature remains same, so isothermal also. So W, if W equal to 0, so isothermal also, so delta E equal to 0, as well as delta H also is 0, because from this equation we can write delta T equal to 0, so it is 0. Delta T equal to 0 means delta H is also 0, and from the W equal to Q, and that is equal to 0. So all terms become 0. So this one, this one, this one, as well as this one for free expansion. So hope that we have cleared it up. These are the things we have to practice, each and every part we have to practice more and more, so then it will be much more easier to understand. Hope that we have cleared it up.